What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dylan, and today we're in sunny Rockville, Indiana. We just did a weekend of events here at the Billie Creek Village, and I did a poll for my Instagram subscribers. You guys voted that you guys wanted to see Billie Creek Village during the day because we've done a ghost hunt here on the Haunted Nights channel, the main channel. I'm going to link that channel down below if you haven't checked it out, but I'm going to walk around Billie Creek Village during the day to kind of show you guys around because they have some really cool stuff here, and I don't know, I feel like it's something that really hasn't been covered a lot on YouTube, so let's get right into it. So basically the synopsis of Billie Creek Village is that in 1969 it opened and it took a bunch of historical buildings from Park County, Indiana, and it put them all on one plot. Back in its heyday, they used to have a ton of reenactors and like living history type people in the village. It was a kind of like an attraction you can come to and walk through and kind of experience each building as it was during its heyday. Now, it went through a ton of changes throughout the years. It fell into disrepair a couple different times. It's gone through many different ownership changes, but now it's owned by the same people that own the Indiana State Sanatorium just up the road. So it's super cool to see that they're very passionate about preserving history. There's a lot of cool stuff in this village right here. And I'm going to take you guys to some of the coolest spots that are some of my favorites. The Civil War House is one of our favorites as well, but it's all the way on the other side of the property. It's one of our favorites in terms of the paranormal as well. So again, if you guys want to see the Civil War House and some of the hot spots for paranormal activity, check out the Haunted Nights channel. But let's get into some of these buildings right here. So this house right here is Joseph A. Wright's house. It's the former governor of Indiana. They have a little blurb. Each building has its own little blurb just talking about what each one of these locations is. But all of these locations have a ton of antiques and historical artifacts in them, which is super cool. All of these books right here are actually from a local lawyer. He had actually passed away, and the family was looking to throw away all of these books, but Billie Creek reached out, and they actually ended up saving all of these historical records, which is super cool. There's a lot of stuff in all of these buildings, though. It's really, really interesting. If you guys are into history, they do a ton of reenactment events here as well. Next week, I think the 3rd and the 4th, the weekend of the 3rd and the 4th, they actually have a huge Civil War reenactment here. They have something like 300 reenactors. They're expecting 2,500 people to come here. So if you guys are in the area, definitely come check it out. They do a lot of events like that. They do a time traveler event over the summer. They have public ghost hunts. They have private ghost hunts. Definitely check out the Billie Creek Village. I'll link their stuff down below. It's a really cool spot, and it's so close to the Indiana State Sanatorium if you guys want to visit there as well. But that's pretty much it here for the governor's house. This is the kitchen area that they have set up. But let's get into the next building. This area right here is the pavilion. Across the way there is the general store. Now today that is still a general store. They have a ton of merch you can buy. They have sodas that are absolutely delicious that if you guys come to the area you should definitely try. But also when they have the Indiana State Sanatorium Con in the summer, this August, this is where all the vendors and all of the guests set up. So again, if you guys are in the area, if you want to commute, they have a huge paranormal convention here over the summer that is super cool. And this is usually the staging ground for a lot of their events as well. So next we're going to head into the schoolhouse. This is another one of our favorite spots to check out every time we come to Billie Creek. In terms of the paranormal, we tend to get a lot of really good stuff in here. Usually when we come on the public event weekends, we spend a good amount of time in here. But again, it's set up exactly how a one-room schoolhouse back in the day would have looked like. So back in the day, the state of Indiana actually decided that it was unfair for any kids to have to walk over a half a mile to get to a school in order to get an education. So they mandated that every mile there was a schoolhouse. So they would have one-room schoolhouses pretty much like this for kids to get their education. It's kind of funny here. They have a dunce cap. They have a ton of books and different records from the school days in this area. And they have it modeled similar to what a one-room schoolhouse would have looked like back in the day. And they do have chalk and stuff here too. You see a lot of people have left the mark here at the schoolhouse at the Billie Creek Village. But the entire village is super cool. They have a ton of buildings set up like this. And I don't know, it's just super cool to step back into history like this. Not only do I love the paranormal, but I love history. So being able to come to a place like this and experience the history, experience these locations as they were during their heyday is super cool, and kind of like immerse yourself into these locations. You know what I mean? A lot of places are like this that we want to go to as well. There's a fort local to us, Fort William Henry, that we've been wanting to film for the Haunted Nights channel for quite some time. Guys, if you want to see more forts and stuff like that, let us know for sure. If you guys want to see more historical content on this channel, let me know. Drop a comment down below. Drop a like while you're down there. Subscribe if you're new. And let's get to the next building. This building served many purposes over the years. Currently, it is known as the Gabler Cafe. It is open 6 to 2 every single day. They have some great coffee. We actually went there for coffee last night before our ghost hunt. But again, it's so cool to see all of these historical properties being saved. They do a lot of work here throughout the year, preserving locations that are very, very important to Park County. And they also have 3 covered bridges here on site. Park County, Indiana is very well known for the covered bridges. They actually have a covered bridge festival here in Rockville every single year. And I don't know, it's just super cool to see all of this history just on one plot of land. And this is the last location I will cover on today's video. This is the Catholic Church. Again, one of our favorite locations to visit in terms of the paranormal, but it's also super cool to explore during the day. So this church was built in 1886, and it actually was in downtown Rockville. The church was donated after they decided to build a new church in Rockville, but it served the congregation for 86 years, which is pretty crazy. And again, it's set up exactly how the church would have looked back in the day, or as close to it as they could get it. The stained glass in here is absolutely beautiful, and we tend to get a lot of really interesting activity in here. It's super bizarre to ghost hunt in a church, though, just knowing how many people would come in here, you know, setting up prayers for family members to be healed, to get over financial burdens, to get through life's troubles. And now here it is, essentially abandoned. You know, day to day, people come in here, Billie Creek Village, you can kind of just roam during the day, but now it just sits here basically empty. The doors are just wide open, as you just saw. But again, each location here has a little blurb right on the door that you can check out. You can read for more information. I would definitely recommend that you come to the Billie Creek Village, whether for a Haunted Nights event, for a ghost hunting private event, for a daytime roaming tour. Right now, it's pretty dead here, but the past couple days of the weekend, we had a good amount of people just roaming the village as we were setting up for our event. There's one of the covered bridges over there that you guys can check out. They also have a super old cabin over there. And I don't know, guys, this village is super cool. It's very aesthetically pleasing. All, you know, the parks and the pavilion, it just looks really beautiful here. So whether you're into the paranormal, whether you're into the living history sort of side of things, you want to come for one of their reenactments, you want to just come walk around because you think it looks beautiful, I would definitely recommend that if you're in the Rockville, Indiana area, come to the Billie Creek Village, come to the Indiana State Sanatorium, because they're so fun to just walk around during the day, let alone at night. To do some ghost hunting. Now, last night it was pretty quiet for the ghost hunt, but Friday we had a pretty incredible night. Over at the Civil War House, we had a door open, we had REM pod hits, we had the dead bell going off on request. Same thing with the Catholic Church. We had one of the doors open at the Catholic Church. We had the dead bell hit a couple times. We had some, you know, intelligent REM or EMF activity as well. And then last night, Steve and I actually slept in the general store. We thought it was a kind of a bust night. You know what happens with ghost hunting? It was a really, really quiet event. We still got to have some great conversations with our guests that came, but we ended up going to the top of the general store, and one of the doors that is up there, it's kind of like a crawl space into the attic. It was wide open. We didn't even know that was a door, but it's latched shut. So we're not entirely sure how the latch decided to come undone, but that was kind of a cool way to end the night. But that's just a quick rundown of some of the buildings here at the Billie Creek Village. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more daytime walk around videos like this. Maybe I can start doing them in conjunction with a ghost hunt at the end. But hope to see you guys here sometime, either for a Haunted Nights event, for ISS Con, or one of the other many events that they have going on here at the Billie Creek Village. But with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you to all the members. Thank you to everybody who donated through the Venmo and the link below. It's been a really fun time experimenting with the personal channel, seeing what content does the best. Because a lot of the personal content, where it's kind of like more vlog style, seems to do better than the paranormal content, which I did not expect at all. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later.